Hi, Scott here from Pillow, and I wanted to share something that happened to me a few days ago, something that I'm going to certainly implement into serviced accommodation business. So last Friday it was my birthday. I don't really care about birthdays, it's not a big deal to me. I don't really tell people about it. It's just a day that goes past unnoticed. But I was speaking to a client in the morning about 9:30 and just happened to mention it was my birthday. It came up in conversation. So this was 9:30, and by 11 o'clock an Amazon delivery arrived, and I wasn't expecting anything, so it was a bit of a surprise. And this big brown paper bag came through the door, and it had a couple of bottles of wine in it. So the client had got off the phone at 9:30, had went on to Amazon Now and ordered a couple of bottles of wine. So not being a big birthday person, but somebody, knowing a client had taken the time to do this was quite cool. I appreciated that, and certainly valued them as a client. But you know, I thought that was a fantastic touch by them for taking the time to listen and actually doing it and spending the money. So this is something I think is a great tip for serviced accommodation owners. Now, certainly something I've had to do is less than 6 occasions, less than half a dozen, but if things go wrong in a property, say the heating stops working, the fridge isn't working, the cleaners have let you down, some problem that wasn't your fault, and the people are quite unhappy, then dropping a couple of bottles of wine off personally by me always seems to rectify it. So the owner of the company going around personally apologising, there's a couple of bottles of wine, and taking the time to do that certainly rectified some bad potential reviews and turned them into positive fans of the company. So as we get further and further away from where the office is, and with Glasgow and Loch Lomond and down in Port Patrick, it's not always possible to just turn up with a couple of bottles of wine, and it's sometimes been a couple of days before I get the chance to do it. But with this, Amazon Prime say 1 hour, and that time slot was between 10 and 12, but they only ordered it in the morning. So for me, this is something I'm going to implement. Sometimes I'll surprise guests. I think the minimum order is £20. I went on and researched it, but for £20, I think it's maybe £2 delivery or maybe even free delivery. But for less than £20 to £25 to get a couple of bottles of wine or some chocolates delivered to your guest, not just if there's problems, but just to say, hi, we really appreciate you. So certainly if it's maybe a big 7-day booking or it's over £1,000, we will definitely get some stuff dropped off. And yeah, it's maybe an hour's round trip to go and physically do that and drop it off personally, which is always the best thing to do, go and see your guests. But if you can't do that and you can just click a button and you've all your addresses preloaded in, then it's a fantastic thing to do. So for us, any problems or anybody that's done it, or maybe even somebody that's left a fantastic review for us online, it's above and beyond and has really given us a 5-star rating, then I'm certainly going to spend £20 to £25 sending them a nice gift through the post. This one might also work for you're going to send it to the people that help us out to get the corporate lets. So you very rarely find the people that want the long-term corporate lets, like the executives. It's always their secretaries or the people responsible with the big companies to find accommodation for these guys. So that's something we know they're going to be at their work, and we'll get them a couple of bottles of wine delivered as well. So there's loads of things you can do, but I loved it. Now 2 months ago I checked this, and at Glasgow where we are wasn't they didn't do Glasgow, they only did London, but a couple of months later they now do Glasgow, and that got delivered to Ayrshire, actually the middle of Ayrshire and Dundonald, where it's pretty desolate where we are. So they managed to do that, so I'm pretty sure they've got coverage all over the UK. So I'm pretty sure your area would be included, but certainly go on and have a look. To get gifts delivered in an hour, certainly less than 2 hours, is fantastic. So hope this wee tip helps.